And welcome to the finale.
Yeah.
Continue. From the save point.
Yes, I know.
I should have that piece of evidence now.
I got it. Emma should be made out the murderer. But don't do it. It's all right. You have more evidence to present to the court.
If you try to conceal anything, you'll be the one appealing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I gotta think this through carefully. I don't want to afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present this piece of evidence?
Present the evidence!
No. The one who gives it most row? Don't show evidence.
Because currently, that's just a piece of cloth.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence that I can present at this time and point in time.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a piece of cloth, but we don't know for certain if it actually belongs to that vest.
Exactly.
It could just be a part of another vest.
Yeah.
What? You lie!
Chief Gant!
You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Wright, why don't you just show them?
Shut up.
We found it together.
Shut up.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth. That there is no spoon.
Don't you? You forgot to say that.
I was just... You're gonna just...
Messed up.
I didn't...
Go.
You know those fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Oh, he's digging his own grave.
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
Wait! Which means you're the chief of the police. Considering evidence. He had a photograph too.
Well, he knew of the photograph was just presented to court.
Yeah.
And so he just used that.
Okay. This is going to be biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Oh, so this turns around
shit,
on...
dude.
Oh shit, it just turned around on him. He just realized.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to do it?
You admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay on her sister, then that she saw the scene, she would ask for my aid. So you assisted Miss Lana Sky.
So he's just committing right now he did it.
Ah, but remember, he refused to testify, so this can't be used against him.
Oh, that's bullshit. But
I told her to arrange all the evidence.
Rule 2, though, that's gonna come up.
I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dock convicted.
But the problem is he's convincing a lot of people and the media right now, so he's gonna look bad anyway. It's all gonna backlash on him.
But he's still in a position of power, which...
Not for long. Well, not from the higher ups. There's people higher than him out in the world.
When we rearranged the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. I did this before Lana arrived at the scene.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those are in your safe? But why?
For insurance. Oh, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
Who do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jaw fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on the jar too? Ho ho ho! Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean the piece of cloth? Come on, Righto, cough it up already. I know you have it.
Shannon.
Sorry. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the piece of cloth cut out the victim's chest, for safety.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being cheap and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Okay, so he confessed to forging evidence, but not murder.
Yeah.
So he'll still be seen in a pretty good light.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have the evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown him before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally revealed. As long as I don't mess up here, the victory is mine.
Now you can show the piece of cloth. Because now we've connected it to this case.
Your Honor, I do have this evidence to present to you. Alright then, let's see this considered evidence. The evidence you showed will be active moving further martial. The cloth.
Uh-huh. We couldn't show it before, because we didn't know anything.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut off the piece of the victim's chest.
Oh, yes! At last you finally brought it out to the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
Oh, you mean?
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. It could easily be forged.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho! You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that. Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints might belong to be the real murderer. Those fingerprints, are they? Very well. I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Even everything's prosecuted as
proceeding as predicted.
The person who these prints fingerprints belong to are you. Fucking you. No, can't.
I mean, you could.
But no.
I mean, do you want to take the penalty? I mean,
no, I don't.
You don't get anything for a perfect record.
No, it is her.
Yeah.
Emma Sky?
What? No!
Shut
They're
up.
mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
I wanted to protect you.
No, it's that we didn't know what that implicated yet.
Yeah.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. You're really something, Righto.
Shut up.
You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me.
So it's true. Tragically, but true. This girl really did show fingerprints to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky! You know those fingerprints were those not long ago, yet you act like she really did it. No. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That's, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy!
Shannon.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that...
Let me just let you dig your grave a little more.
Just this one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Whoever killed Prescott Neil Marshall... Who really killed Prescott Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, are you absolutely right? This piece of cloth provides who the real murderer is?
Really quick.
What?
I mean, you can go ahead and finish reading that.
Who killed Neil Musher, you ask?
So look at the cloth.
Yeah.
To the court record. Let's take a look at that last picture. To the left. The picture that we just got. That one. Check it.
What?
Well, where the cloth would go.
Oh, there's blood!
There's blood all over that thing.
So where did that cloth go? There's no cloth on the blood.
The cloth was cut out before he was killed. Or before he was stabbed.
Oh, shit!
So...
Oh, God. He just dug his own grave. It is in the sky, isn't it? No. I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, the piece of clothing contains a critical contradiction.
What? Contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant.
The tyrannical reign of terror is over.
Behold, the piece of evidence that considers this cloth, the photo.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, for some reason I did wrong.
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of paper place where the vest is cut out? Yes. His shirt is shown underneath. It's hard to make out all the blood on the vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth has no blood on it.
Completely clean.
Wait, there's no blood on it.
Ah!
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this cloth, there's no doubt that she
shoved the prosecutor aside.
However, Miss Marshall was not impaled on the sword.
No! This is nonsense!
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Sky? Pick up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor sword.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Then he broke the jar on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it!
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut off this bloody piece of victim's vest. Ironically, isn't it? Though it was very act of creating insurance. You provided that you weren't the active murderer.
The actual murderer. No!
It's fine. It's finished.
You're done, son. Objection! Ah, he's sweating bullets now. Oh, that was close, right-ho. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see that piece of cloth? Is illegal evidence.
Rule 2.
Yeah.
Order! What nonsense is this?
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Achi? Earlier, old Raito here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Raito? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Point in time!
Yeah.
Well, that's true. The Friends did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Ho ho ho! Did you actually think you could best me in court?
Oh.
It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
No, it's not, asswipe.
Well, not yet.
Well, I'm gonna grab the book and turn to page 2, and there it is.
No.
I'm afraid Mr. Grant claims is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth? True. This is you.
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright? Ah, shit. Seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright! Do you admit to it? Do you illegal content of this piece of quartz class?
I did not.
I did not. Certainly, I refuse to present evidence at 1 point.
Aha! So the evidence is illegal!
1 point!
No.
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present the evidence then, it's that I couldn't. What do you mean, you couldn't? There were certain procedures involving when presenting evidence.
No, Archie! Don't listen to his lies! He's nothing but a coward! You can't let him!
Shut up.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well. Let's settle this once and for all. Really refused to present evidence. If he didn't present it, it was not a violation of law. Then, okay.
Throw the book at him!
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done all my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in the book. The second rule of evidence law.
Ugh! Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case in the trial.
Which it is. And here's the
Crux.
crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was important for me to provide the revolution between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but you can recall when was that picture presented? That was shown on a few moments ago.
No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it valid as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of victim's vest? Shannon?
Oh, yes! No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence.
Ouch.
Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
Oh my god. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Professional Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer and the only one person who could be Damon Gant. The killer was you.
No.
Oh, he's going nuts. Jesus Christ.
God, I cannot. I'm so glad that was short. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum!
Well done. This is it.
For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, and then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Yeah, I got to do that voice one more time. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he had to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can I do Goodman's voice? Because we never really got...
Can you please apply the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He told me to open up the evidence room and take it out.
It's not too late. I'll hand this to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a little panicked too. I had a bad feeling about it, but never knew it would come to this. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife.
And you stabbed Goodman right there.
I couldn't just pull it out. You would only increase the amount of blood you couldn't finish, and you couldn't finish what you started. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. It's like a fucking fountain. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I was wiping it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my mistake.
Detective Gumshoes. Bloody handprint.
No fingerprints were found because he's always wearing gloves.
Yeah.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has a start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, we couldn't think of any other way to move the body. We broke the trunk. Well, what's the big deal? You pulled down a lot more than just us detectives. You could buy another car.
Wow. What does this have to do with anything? You're
horrible.
How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Well, she has as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I feel bad for having to do it. I couldn't sit around and pick and choose what to take.
Well, you left the jar fragments and gloves.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
Finally, it's done.
They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, what are you doing in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same. Oh, this bullshit.
Oh, fuck you, buddy.
One day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what's needed.
Fuck you.
But you see, Edward's never alone.
No,
He's got the defense.
Yeah.
Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy.
What?
Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend.
I'm sorry to mind that. I knew you were used to be,
I knew you as you used to be long ago.
You were once a fine investigator and an example of us on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just remember to go swimming every now and again. Now you have Raito here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. You see, if I listen carefully, I can hear it right now. The sound of a new beginning. Until the next game when Edgeworth just kind of vanishes.
Yeah. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Demigod betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky? You'll no longer have any reasons to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From time head can't help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can't see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Oh.
Smile!
How are you, my thanks, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have for these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing.
Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet you rose above all and guide Mr. Wright to victory. You done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job.
In the light of this case, it seems a good self-examination
is in order for all of us. Miss Sky. Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, in fact, you still have his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for those crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
Yeah!
Well, the trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the case of murder, this court finds defendant Miss Alana Sky not guilty.
Yay!
Gumshoe just in the
20
corner throwing.
Ah! Yeah.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Finally!
Fuck.
February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 2.
Oh my goodness.
Time will no longer be relevant.
Well, last is finally over. Emma! Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she won't convict for a murder she had to commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended.
I can see why Miss Faye thought you highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've sort of very bit as much as I have over these past 3 days. You've done very well. She didn't thank her, but she's about to kill her.
No, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me.
Oh, I'm not in the...
Running gags. Oh.
Guess I'm out. I am. I came back later.
Oh, get over here!
Fucker. You're going to do it on purpose on you. You have to tell everyone well, do they? On top of it, you call me here. That must what happens to people at funeral. Hey, line up, pal. I'm only kidding.
Oh? Are you here because of my sister again?
Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you would like to see someone.
Aww.
Oh, there we go.
Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I wouldn't tell if you wouldn't.
I won't tell you, though.
Emma, owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
Hug it out. That day, 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all good to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was, well, that went by fast, was getting to wipe up that mess.
Yeah,
that went by
again.
No, I did it.
Sis.
I asked Grant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you would look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared how you would react if you knew.
But sis, you're only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed was to be truth. I was deceiving you.
Sis?
I'm sure I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. Show us a picture of them hugging. Come on.
Yeah! Like, show the picture. Yes.
No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up our own mistakes, you ask?
Because in doing so,
we can find ways to get back to our past. And once we find our past, we can move on from past mistakes towards a brighter future.
Hug!
At least that's what I felt, looking at those two sisters making up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
Me?
Thank you both for all you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right? Edgeworth?
Edgeworth.
Stop hiding and come over here.
Whoa! Detective Gumshoe! I feel like a fool.
What was he hiding?
I just came to say, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right.
Well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
Hmm?
We were the ones who acted corrupted, not you.
Corruptedly. It's too late for me.
Huh?
No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't change my own mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same.
Yeah. This bullshit.
One day you'll understand. If you want to take them on alone, you'll figure out what's needed. I hope I read that the exact same way.
Yeah.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime alone, one needs a weapon. It's scary, and I've been thinking the same thing for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth.
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Demon Gant and your motives.
And your mentor,
Manfred
von Karma.
Karma. Hmm? We're both the best of the best when it comes to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime, one needs a weapon. That may be right, but think back to today's trial. you weren't alone.
Hmm?
You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that oversee what you have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
What? Yeah!
Is this about a pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence that neither Israel nor I would have able to find on our own. That would have been the cloth.
No. What's the one thing that you each had a half of? Yep.
Evidence list.
If you presented anything else, we'd still get a good ending, but this
Yeah.
is for a better ending.
Yeah.
That's the picture I drew.
Oh, counterattack begins with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other half. Apart, we couldn't have been able to compare results in Emma's picture.
Still,
That didn't just happen by chance, Edgeworth. I feel uncomfortable.
Hmm? It's time for me to go.
I'll give it a minute.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, what happened in this trial can either make or break you as a prosecutor. And in the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell.
Better be going too.
Okay, I'll come visit you.
So we both still have a lot to learn. Here, this is a little something for you.
Scientific investigation?
It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. I will. I'm gonna stay up all night reading it.
And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself.
Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to resolve about the chief prosecutor. You see, she ain't supposed to go
Get out of jail.
out of jail
like this.
like this.
But I thought you said it
no,
was a. Oh,
I
sorry.
thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it might be okay with me, but the folks at the prison have a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bail a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who be footing on the bill. Huh? Huh? What do you think I can afford with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? What?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Fuck! Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Since we're all here, why don't we all go out together? Yeah, it's a great idea. Come on, Raz. Let's go.
Okay, so. Oh,
I got No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Well, you need to keep doing that for
Oh, jeez. I gotta
wait,
keep
wait.
talking?
I arranged for a friend of mine.
Oh, this is me. I arranged a friend of mine to the Sheets of Corner. I think Emma will be pleased.
Hello.
Oh, cool. That's one day at the party.
I didn't know that was a thing that you could do.
Still, I managed to hold back everything. I can make friends with Emma. Oh my god, it's going by way too fast. They're doing like what they did before.
Alright.
I don't think we'll not do that every time.
Nah, it just shows that you can do pictures. It's just gonna show, like, the best portrait of the character.
Oh, okay. So, holy crap, this trial.
This was
Shit.
great, as, like,
It was
its own
good.
separate
Oh.
case.
Yikes! I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my authorization investigation of the chief office. If we were
If we penalize you anymore, it'll be worse than
than
firing you.
Yep, that's what they said. There goes to show. You can't shake off. They can shake me off that easily. Anyway, no, I'm this.
We'll let the text roll on this one. We don't need to speak for them.
Yeah, thank
Because
God.
people can read for
Yeah.
it. We already did that during the last credits, but
I'm just. Wow, what a trial! Jesus Christ, my throat.
let's see. We started this on episode 14 and ended on 33.
Yeah.
So that's 20 episodes.
Like,
So that would have been that would have been 10 on its own.
Yeah, just for what the 1 hour is alone. That's still insane. Oh my God. I'm just glad. I'm been really happy with this game.
This has been a great game. Yes, sir. That I came just like that. That I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe.
No, I'm happy we got this done, and I know we have many more. Yes,
Oh, we got 5 more.
we have 5 plus whatever might more come out later as we go on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because
like we got that Sherlock Holmes one at some point.
Yeah, which apparently is going to come over. Apparently.
Good.
Yeah. Oh God damn it, you. Oh, this is no music playing. But anyway.
Well, they had the dramatic crime music playing in the background. But anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward for those games when
this was an epic case. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the game entire. Oh, it finally died.
Yay! Anyway, no,
Burn it. Burn it to the ground.
No, this game was fun. I'm just talking about the game in general because we didn't get really a chance at final thoughts in the last finale.
During the
yeah
the first finale.
Yeah. Some areas were interesting. Some cases were fun. This case was just almost as long as the game. It felt like.
It would have been, because the first the first part of the game was 13 episodes.
Yeah.
This would have been 10 if we did the hour-long episodes.
So it would have been as long as the game. Jeez. But no.
Almost. It would have been short by like 3.5 hours. But
still, that's a huge difference. But they had to put more stuff in this one because it was the DS version. Because this is a Game Boy Advance game.
Well, it was.
And then we're playing the DS game, so we can actually play the bonus trials as well.
Which leads up to Apollo Justice anyway, with Emma Skye becoming a new detective.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
And Meekins. Meekins comes back.
Meekins does come back, I've heard. Next game, unfortunately, it's going to be quite a while. I mean,
not too long. Like, not as long as Ratchet Clank, Jack Daxter.
And those guys.
The other trilogy of games we just did.
Yeah.
But,
this one, I'm looking forward to the next game, because I had a lot of fun with this one. This was our first how do you say it? Novel?
Case?
Novel thing? I'm talking about game. Novel, crap.
Well, these are graphic novel games.
Graphic novel games, yes, thank you. This is the first one we did. If you... Technically.
I think so?
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it was nice. It's nice to have like this one, and I know
it's a once in a while thing. Like I know we're about to do another one because
right after
Professor Layton's next. But it just makes sense to do them back to back like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, graphic novel games are nice.
Yeah, this was our first graphic novel game we did, like in this kind of scale, and I'm happy how it all turned out, with especially this layout and everything. I've been working on this for like quite some time actually, and finally got it down perfectly. Hey!
Nothing soothes the soul like a fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing Nick and his objections. Still, I can't go back until a full-fledged spirit medium. Yeah, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick.
That's the only time we see that background, actually.
Well, in this game.
But
remember, this was added afterwards.
Yeah.
And they had the other 2 games, so...
Yeah, and it's like, we don't go back down until like the next game. We go back? Yeah, but who's our assistant in the next game? It's not Maya.
It's Maya.
She comes back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Maya comes back as our assistant, and we also have her cousin Pearl.
That's who I'm thinking, the little girl.
Yeah.
Right, I remember her now. Okay.
And then we still have Maya in the last one. Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh.
Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. What's going on? I get to be head prosecutor now?
Oh, no. Fuck, no.
No.
So, Edgeworth literally resigned.
He took a leave of absence, actually.
He'll be back in the second game. No, he won't. He won't
No,
be
he
back for
will.
a while. Oh, he will be back in the second game. Yeah.
He returns in every game.
At least once, yeah. Oh.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe.
Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be all right. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh, we aren't done yet.
Oh, wait. I can examine.
Well, you will in a minute.
Careful.
Oh, it's a picture from before.
Oh.
When she was a
detective.
Aw.
That is cute as fuck.
Alright, let's not touch any buttons.
I'm not touching anything.
Good.
Oh yeah, this fades anyway.
Oh.
I didn't touch anything. This Capcom. Okay. Alright. Well, with that, you guys.
We will catch you next week for the start of Professor Layton.
Yes.
Jolly good.
Have a good one.